everybody, it's me Ceru-Bean and I'm back with another video. I know it's like a month later, even though I planned for this video to go up like right after my last video, but you know, life happens and I just started going back to class. So anyways, this is the Coley Cove. It's based off of a family that I made. I kind of made like a random NPC family for my cottage living save with Delaney, and I just made them just to like fill up space in the world so there'd be random sims. I started building this house like 2-3 months ago. I shared like work in progress pictures on my blog, but you know, because I just lost motivation for it. It was meant to be for a different family, just like a random generated family, but I just didn't have a good idea of like who was living here and like how to decorate it. So you'll kind of see the color scheme and like the general decor kind of change a little bit to more of like a dark monochromatic color scheme instead of blue. So yeah, a little bit about the Kohli family. There's 4 sims. There's Caiaphas, which is the dad, Yesenia is the mom, Alex is the teen son, and Kaylin, she's the young daughter, the little sister. Caiaphas is the he likes electronic music and he's part of the tech guru career. So he likes like video games and programming and all that kind of stuff. So you kind of see that he has his own office that I added like at the last minute because I didn't even think about it. But so he has his office and there's like a screen, like a TV screen, like a small screen, like next to his computer, like by his desk. I was hoping that he'd be able to like play video games from his office chair, but it doesn't really work that way, which is annoying. But I mean, people can still come in and play video games like on that TV, so it kind of look like that. Yeah, it doesn't work that way, unfortunately. So yeah, he has his office. So Yesenia is the mom and she is a spellcaster and she's part of the criminal career. And she's a geek and a bunch of other stuff I can't remember. And then Alex, he likes DJ music and he's also a spellcaster. And Kaylee, she likes dancing. She's part of like a club that I made, and she hates electronic music. She likes the color purple, and she's not a spellcaster like her mom and her brother. So I've been playing this family like on my own, like without taking any pictures or posting about it at all. It's been really fun. I just kind of needed a break from like posting my gameplay pictures because, you know, it's kind of a little bit disruptive because you're so focused on every little thing your sim is doing. Like, okay, should I be taking a picture of this? And so like I have to stop and make sure the lighting is good and then, you know, do all that kind of stuff instead of just playing naturally. So I've been playing them for a little bit, and it's just crazy. Like there's just been so much happening, so I'll try to like give you a rundown the best I can. So basically all the drama kind of started when I noticed that Caiaphas would always go into his office and you know how like your sims can socialize and chat with, you know, random sims. So he would autonomously do that in the chat interaction, but it wouldn't say specifically who he's chatting with. So in my mind I was like, okay, let's make things a little bit spicy. So I made up like a random sim of who he'd be chatting with. So every time I saw that he was gonna go autonomously chat on his computer, I would cancel it and have him chat with that random person. And so it happened to be a woman, and I can't remember her name. It was like Yasmin or something like that. So, you know, that was going on. And so Yesenia, I made her I made her quit the criminal career because it didn't really fit. It didn't really make much sense for her, in my opinion. So I made her join the business career. And then her hobby is like there's like a little garden plant area. So she does the little table where you cut the flower arrangements. So she does flower arranging as her hobby, and she sells the arrangements on Popsy. So far she's only sold one, and then she got like a review back from the person, and they were like, is it supposed to smell like this? Because it was like spoiled and stuff. So that's I like kind of doing stuff like that. But yeah, so there's not really much going on with the kids. Kaylin is part of the drama club, and Alex, since he's a spellcaster, I made him a group of different teen spellcasters, so like Gemma Charm, and there was like a bunch of randomly generated teens as well. So I made a group for all of them, and their hangout is like at some kind of, it's not the school, it's not the spellcaster school, it's like a different lot. And so that's their hangout. I have them hang out like every week or so. It's pretty fun. And Alex has like a huge crush on Gemma Charm, which is hilarious. He has a crush on another person. And he also is in the barista career. He has like a part-time job. And yeah, I made him like with the S&B bank mod. I gave him like his own account. So it doesn't really work the way I wanted it to, because I wanted only his career like income to be transferred into his account, but it kind of takes everyone's career income and transfers it into that account. So I kind of had to change the percentages a little bit to kind of be a bit more realistic. But he has his own, savings account, whatever. There's like $300 in it. I kind of wanted to like pretend that he's saving up for college, so kind of has a long way to go, because $300 is not enough, but it's something, like a little touch of realism. What else is going on? That's kind of pretty much the basics. Also Yesenia is in like not like a, I don't even know how to describe it. It's kind of like a housewives, like Real Housewives kind of club. But, obviously she's not a housewife because she works, but she's in a club with only women. And I think Nancy Landgrab, Lily Fang, Katrina maybe. I can't even remember the other people that are in it. But she's in a club with a bunch of different women, and I have them, it's like a book club almost. So they have like a book club meeting every now and then. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Like that's like the groundwork of the save. And so, like I mentioned before, Caiaphas is like chatting up with this random woman, and it's kind of romantic. It is romantic. So he's basically cheating in that way on his wife by chatting with her on the computer. And so Caiaphas, you might have noticed I made like if you follow me on the gallery, I uploaded it's almost a copy of the Creekside offices, but it's called the Lakeside office, and I changed the interior and all of that to fit more for like freelance programmers and people part of the tech guru career. So I uploaded that on the gallery, and that's kind of where I send Caiaphas to. I have him like a group gathering at the Lakeside office, almost to like simulate like he's actually going to work. So I go to work with Caiaphas that way. And I remember one time he was at work, and his girlfriend Yasmin, I don't know if her real name is Yasmin, but we'll call her Yasmin. So Yasmin called him, and she wanted to meet at where he works, like at his office. So I, obviously being the instigator that I am, I clicked yes. So they hung out at the office and everything, and I was just like, this is so, I was like actually looking around and hoping that like no one that he knew would see him with her. You know, they chatted for a really long time. They never woohooed or anything like that, but they were developing like a what is it called, like emotional cheating. Like he was emotionally cheating on his wife. It wasn't like physical, but you know, he was still giving a lot of time and attention to this random woman. And so there's not really a way to do it in game, like in a realistic kind of way, but I made it so Yesenia went to Caiaphas's office and she quote unquote looked at his computer, right? And so she saw all the messages and she saw that he was cheating. So she confronted him, and she confronted him before this, and because Yasmin showed up at the house one time when Caiaphas wasn't home. I was like, oh my god. And Yesenia was home as well, and so I don't think any of the kids were home. It was just Yesenia, and then Yasmin came and they talked, and I don't think Yesenia knew. She didn't suspect anything, but she did confront him about his closeness with Yasmin because of the Lumpy New mod. I think it's called the contextual interactions. There's like a cheating module, so you can express like suspiciousness because your spouse is close to someone, basically. So I did that interaction. He just said that they were friends, and he kind of blew it off. So now that Yesenia actually saw the messages on his computer, she confronted him again, and that's when he eventually confessed that he was actually cheating and having an affair. I was like, oh my goodness. And so because he confessed and Yesenia found out, there's another like pop-up interaction with this mod where you can choose, like it'll give you a choice option whether you can choose to actually get a divorce or to stay together. And I chose for her to get a divorce because I don't think she would want to stay in a relationship like that. So they got a divorce, and then I made her leave and go on vacation for a little while. And so she was gone for like maybe 2 or 3 days. And so they were both sad, and I had Caiaphas tell the kids like about, you know, the divorce and everything, and it's just like so dramatic. And I don't know why I enjoy doing stuff like that in my game, but it's just fun to me and like a little like realistic. So that's what's been going on with that family. I haven't really played much past that point, except for Yesenia finally came back after she was gone for a couple days, and so she doesn't like her kids. I don't think I mentioned that before, but she does not like her kids at all. Like she does not get along with them at all. I think it's because of her evil trait, and she's always yelling at them, and like there's never like a good moment where she's like nice. It's like very rare. So she doesn't like her kids. So I was like, okay, well, she probably isn't gonna want to have custody of them and like keep them. So I just had her move out into like her own apartment, and so gave her like a little makeover and everything as well. And yeah, that's kind of where I left off. Right now I'm just playing the sister. What is her name? Danielle. I've been playing Danielle Coley, which is like the sister. I don't want to get too much into it because I'm saving that for my next video, because I'm going to be talking about the pack refresh and all of that, all my thoughts on it and everything. It feels so weird telling people like the whole saga of your sim gameplay, because it's like no one understands all the nuances like you do, and you don't know if they're like actually enjoying it. I feel like I talked about this before. But yeah, I feel like I have been thinking about doing like an update, like you know how people do like current household kind of things, like they kind of talk about the current household that they've been playing. I've been thinking about doing something like that where I just take pictures and like give an update, but I don't think I will. I think this is about the most that I'll do, because you know it's just gonna be so hard to explain like all the nuances and stuff of that save. So can't really think of any recent news with The Sims that's been going on other than the pack refresh. Oh, they released a kit. They released the, I don't even know what it's called, the loft kit. They released the loft kit, which is a mess. I was gonna make a video. But I saw like a million other people already did it. But it was just pointing out all the existing objects we have in game that like the loft kit kind of replicated, and so like we don't really need the kit because we already have all this stuff. But I really don't like that kit. It's just not worth your money, especially like $5. And it's like, I feel like the kits just aren't worth what you're paying for, if that makes any sense. Like, I know they did something similar on the Sims 3 store where I'm pretty sure someone calculated like how much it would cost to buy everything on the Sims 3 store, and it was like a lot of money, like thousands of dollars, which is ridiculous. But I just feel like they're trying to do something similar with the kits, and while it is probably a good money making like, you know, avenue for them because it's less than a stuff pack, you know, that kind of thing, like less effort, it's just items or just like very small gameplay objects and that kind of thing. But it's just really not worth your money. Like I feel like even the Courtyard Oasis kit isn't, I feel like it should have just been a free update, because that's like if they had done the Caribbean update and made you pay for it like with a kit, or if they did the I think it was like a Chinese update where they added a couple of objects that are like Chinese, from Chinese culture. And I feel like if they had made you pay for that, that'd be like a whole outrage. So I feel like you shouldn't have had to pay for, you know, the Courtyard Oasis kit. I don't think it should have been $5 for it. It is beautiful, like it's gorgeous, but I don't think it should be $5. And so I remember they did like a survey. I don't know if people knew about it, but they did like a survey for the Courtyard Oasis kit, and it was like asking you what you thought about kits and what you thought about, like you could just share your thoughts about the kits. And I was just talking about how like basically all the stuff I just said before, like they're not worth the $5 because you're just not getting enough stuff, and how, you know, the packs in general are already lacking, so now you're giving us something that's even more lacking and you're making us pay $5 for it. Like I just don't, I'm just really a stickler of what I spend my money on. And after realizing how much I've paid in the past for packs and all that stuff, and you know, just measuring the amount of enjoyment that I get out of it, and just like, yeah, no, I'm not doing that anymore. So I don't like the kits at all. I do like the Bust the Dust I do like the Bust the Dust kit, but I have a folder of mods specifically for that kit, just to like fix all the inconsistencies and bugs in it. Especially, same thing goes for the Eco Lifestyle pack, which I noticed they're doing a free trial. I think it started yesterday on September 16th. I'm like, why was that the pack that they chose to make a free trial? Like, if anything, it should have been like Discover University or Seasons, or like, you know, the actual good packs that don't really have any bugs in them. I don't know. You know, I don't know their thought process on these kinds of things. I mean, clearly the numbers and the marketing numbers, you know, they have reasons for why they're doing the stuff that they do, and they know it'll, you know, have some kind of success. So, and then there was another survey that was recent. It was for cottage living. It was basically just asking if you bought cottage living, how'd you like it, and how did you find out about cottage living, or something like that. I think those were the questions. And obviously they gave you an option to talk about your thoughts, and like, I have a lot of thoughts, so of course I'm gonna write paragraphs. I always do, and I'm pretty sure they're tired of me. They're like, oh my god, it's this girl again writing paragraphs. But I just feel like in the survey I kind of talked about how I really liked cottage living. I don't think I said anything bad about it. I said it was a good pack, and I said it was a lot better than the past packs that we've gotten. I did bring up the fact that I didn't like the window shopping interaction where your Sims just stare at a blank object, basically. I said that I would have preferred it to be like a rabbit hole, and I feel like that would have been a good opportunity to utilize I know with Journey to Batu, they had like, it was kind of similar in that way where there were rabbit holes you could go in, but then there would be a pop-up, like a graphic, where you could like, it was a picture of a shop, you know, the alien clerk, like who owned the store and would sell you the stuff. And you could, you know, click and choose which objects you wanted to buy that way. I felt like that would have been a good opportunity to introduce something like that. And I feel like it would have been a lot more immersive and a lot smoother, because I don't know, I just don't like it's just pointless. The window shopping interaction is very pointless, and I really would have preferred they didn't add it at all. Like it was kind of similar in Snowy Escape. In like each of the different towns, you know, there were like these storefronts basically that you couldn't interact with at all. And so I guess they kind of were thinking to make up for that with cottage living, since they were doing something similar, that they would make the window shop interaction. But I feel like it's just not good. And you know, I think the pack refresh is a good sign that they're willing to go back and fix some stuff. I remember they did a survey like a year ago. I'm just asking which packs would you like to see, you know, refreshed and that kind of thing. So it's a good sign that they're willing to go back and fix some stuff. But I'm just like, you kind of need to go back and fix everything at this point. Like, if you are willing to go back and fix stuff, you gotta like, you have a lot of stuff to do on your hands. And that's why I feel like The Sims 4 is not going anywhere. At least that's what I feel like. If they are making like a different, like the next iteration of the game, then I feel like it's not going to be like The Sims 4 at all. I feel like it's going to be online like they've been saying, which I mean, you know, with the whole panorama going on and we're all stuck in the house, and you know, it's a good opportunity to interact with people and that kind of thing. So I'm not too opposed to the online aspect of it, but I feel like everyone kind of wants the game that we should have gotten and what the Sims 4 should have been. But I don't know, I guess we'll see like what they do in the future. Hopefully it's, you know, something good. One thing I really want, like, I hope if they're doing pack refreshes, obviously Dino needs to be refreshed. That's like a given. But I would love that they went back to Get Famous and they added they like just redid the world, because I feel like Del Sol Valley would have been a really good apartment world, kind of like City Living, San Myshuno. I feel like Del Sol Valley, because you know it's LA and there's like apartments and everywhere, you can kind of see it in the set dressing, where they, you know, the set dressing looks really good, but if it was like interactable and there were like apartments and like more lots in general and that kind of thing, because the way it's set up now, it's like there's almost like your rags to riches, I guess, so to speak. There's like the smaller houses in the small neighborhood, but there's no middle ground. It's just small neighborhood and then the big, you know, mansions and the hills and all that kind of thing. And then there's like on the bottom right of the map of Del Sol Valley, there's just this blank space that you can't interact with at all, which is supposed to be like the movie set kind of thing. I was just like, it's just so irritating because like I don't know. I just wish there were more lots with Del Sol Valley. I feel like I just, you know, Get Together really changed my standards for how worlds are supposed to be. Like, Get Together is such a good pack. I wonder I wonder why so many people have it so low on their tier list, but I use it all the time. I use the group feature all the time. I love the townies, and I'm excited to see what kind of lore they give them, because I feel like they're so they're very different to, they're like their own thing, so to speak, you know what I mean? Like they're their own townies. So I think once they have lore, they'll be like a lot more solidified into the game, but they are kind of interesting. And so we are nearing the end of the video. This one's kind of a long one, but it's only because there was like 10 hours of footage that I needed to cut down, so I couldn't get it below 30 minutes like I usually try to do. But hopefully, you know, you enjoyed my commentary, and hopefully you enjoyed the video. And I have another one coming up. I'm not gonna say when, because I don't want to embarrass myself if it goes up like a month later, but I will see you guys in the next one.